This is my history. I was never born in slavery. When I speak, I mean, I am therefore we are a people whose legacy transcends 400 years of European captivity. This is my history, rooted in African spirituality, preaching and teaching to love the original self, respect nature, ancestor veneration, seek the righteous path to knowledge, wisdom and understanding of life and death, because we live forever. As long as our children speak about our African legacy, this is my history. From Amenhotep to Malcolm X, from Hatshepsut to Assata Shakur, from the Orisha to Kwanzaa, from Cairo to the Cape, from Cuba to Trinidad and Tobago, from Asia to Australia, from the beginning of time to infinity. This is my history. Nubian, Kemitian, Ashanti, Wolof, Hausa, Yoruba, Zulu, African people, black people, my people, our people. Now when I speak of black, I mean color, culture, and spiritual consciousness. To know that self-knowledge is key to our liberty in this war against Euro-American South African brutality. This is my history. This is my history. Them say what is to be must be. Life is but a continuous cycle. But now I speak, we write in foreign tongues because they came, they saw, they conquer. Genocide I roots mine. Like the devil they stole we land. Kidnap with soul for pieces of gold. Rape me mother, behead my father, castrate me brother, lust for me sister. This is my history. Victims of European pirates of the seven seas, who came in boats from ships, sailed by heroes of Caucasian descendants. Sir Francis Drake, Henry Morgan, Cristobal Colon, Henry the Navigator, John Hawkins, who stripped us and packed us like rats in hulls of slave ship, a free trip down Atlantic lane, to experience only sorrow and pain. This is my history. This is my history. Once living in high society, wild beast stalk you land with baton in hand, remind me of 20th century Babylon. From the cave they sprang with the assistance of an African, only to wreak havoc in foreign land. Talking about Ice Age people, European people, British, French, Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, white people. Now when I speak of white, I mean those racist crackers who plot to annihilate my story. This is my history. This is my history. Telling her story, because in essence I am she and she is me. As godlike beings, let us restore our strength and power. Know right from wrong. Teach the youth the truth about him African roots. This is my history. So don't be pessimistic, because all is not lost. Since I stand before you, moving and grooving to revolutionary sounds invoked by my lost but found spiritual self. So picture a scene of the moon and the sun, because that is truly she and me. This is my history.
Let's get it. Are we ready? No, we're not ready yet. I'm not ready. I want to be ready, but I'm not ready. But I'll be ready in a second. Okay.
9,000.
Streaming? Oh, we up. Can y'all hear me? Let's get it. Running late as usual. Drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Take your breath. Now. Grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water, fam. Just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Lift
and pour. Move your body.
Move it. Move it. Move it. Move it.
Toast your ancestors.
Lift it up. Lift it.
Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Family, 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 it is so good to be standing here with you right now in the congregation of the mighty, in the home of the stubborn minority, in the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is GNJMedia. I am your host, Brother Hatim. Of course, you know that this is a Heart of a Simple production all day, every day. We are on Ujima, and we want to give all of the Ujima babies a round of applause. Give it up for them, give it up for them. Come on now. Y'all can do a little bit better than that. Y'all can do better than that. Come on now. Shouts out to Ujima family, and of course, you know we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Gotta throw them up and blow them up and throw them out the doors because they holding us hostage. Family, we got to go. We got to be free. I wanna be free. Right? We gotta get free of these old paradigms, but they hinder us. They stop us from growing. They stop us from moving and being the best that we possibly could be. We want to strive to do that every day of our lives. All right, but anyway, family, today's rant is called The 4 Pillars That Support Ujima. Those of you know that's been around long enough, y'all know what these 4 pillars are. We talk about them in the song, but I want to just go a little bit more in depth and let you know that not only does Ujima stand on these, but the rest of our principles stand on these as well. Right? The rest of them stand on these as well. So we want to have the conversation
But before we get into that conversation, what I want to do right now is I want to share some news with you because we had just a little bit of time this morning, just a little bit of extra time this morning. It appears that winter has reared her head, and in rearing her head, she has given me a little bit of extra time. So we want to give Winter a round of applause because she here. Give it up for her. Give it up for her. There we go. Had me scared. You know, Brother Hatim has been I've been advocating for the fact that we, instead of doing a summer break, because nobody going to the farms and shit no more. There's no farms that people going to work during the warm season. Why don't we just move to a winter break for the babies? You know what I'm saying? From November to late January or something like that. The amount of time we spend out of school for the summertime, we just need to move that around from Thanksgiving to way after the New Year type thing, so that this whole winter shit is, you know what I'm saying? All of January should be encompassed in that, and maybe halfway through February. I don't know how we do it. You know what I'm saying? We do Thanksgiving break come all the way up to the winter, or what used to be called the Christmas break, and from there all the way to the end of January, possibly maybe all the way up till March. We just leave everybody at home. We can offer some of the food services on those days where people get out, but inclement weather, we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about superheating some of these buildings. We can save on energy. We can save time because we don't have to worry about cancellations. You know what I'm saying? Because there's very few rainstorms that make everything have to shut down. And but I guess that makes too much sense. But anyway, so we're gonna look at some of the news. So let's go and do a little transition. We're gonna do the ancient building transition. Give y'all a second to catch up with us here as I move down timeline. Oh, they done cut me off on the time. Look at that there. They done cut me off. What is going on here? What is going on with you, GNJMedia journey on? Y'all better stop messing with me before Brother Hatim come up with some incredible way not to use your ass no more. Because, y'all using me. You know what I'm saying? So I think you should be responding. When I touch, you should shudder a little bit. But anyway, all right. So, of course, you got the Ujima toast. Hopefully y'all seen all the work that I put forth into doing this. Nice little write-up. I got the blog, so y'all go to GNJMedia.com. You can just click the link right here. I'm going to click it for you. Click that link, and it'll take you straight over to GNJMejourney.com. That's GYNYAMEJOURNEY.com. And those of you that are on your laptop, if you look on the left-hand side, you're going to sign up for our email list, and right below that is our podcast, and then right below that you got other episodes, previous episodes, and then right before that you got the live stream going on. Then of course it's full of, you can buy socks and stuff. It's all types of ads, but it keeps you up with us. And then you can catch our latest reads, our most popular blog. The most popular blog that I have at this point in time is from April 30th, 2011, How to Pour Libations, right? Go and check that out. IT, I'm thinking all the time. That's third key of G and J. You know what I'm saying? What are the first two keys? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Then we got salvation. You know what I'm saying? 2012. The only one that's up to date is May 24th. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, y'all gonna, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate this stuff. Or those of you that like when I talk about the African openness to the tree of life, and then those of you that follow us on Tribal Quotes, that Brother Kwame is running now. They have the books available. These are reprints, right? So that you get them at $17, But anyway, you're gonna get you keep up with us. But let's go back. So we go back over here. Post templates, free Facebook business tools. You got templates, appointment booking. Y'all get all that stuff on yours when you get your group up. People reached 35,130. That's pretty high, Let's give that a round of applause. Let's give that a round of applause. Post engagements, 2,809. That's up. Page likes, we have 4. This is between December 29th and January 25th. All right, cool. We could dig it. You know what I'm saying? You got all the information about us. Then you can also go to the Spreaker station. Now, I don't know if you noticed that in the blog, you go straight to the Spreaker podcast, right? Now, let's go over there. I want to just show y'all this. And those of you that are on the podcast, y'all already know this. But you go to the podcast and once you are there, you know, you can sign up, get you a account, but then also you should be able to, well, you can embed it. Well, this is me. You can like it, click that heart, you know what I'm saying, let them know. And then also it should be somewhere where you could go and like GNJMedia Journey. I don't know. You go to, somehow, we're going to figure it out. We're going to work it out. But anyway, going back to the Facebook. All right. So, of course, y'all know we do the Daily Toast every morning at 5:45 a.m. This morning was no different. I want to thank everybody that showed up. But here is the news that I wanted to cover today. New world in view. Are we ready? We keep talking up this tribe up shit. I want y'all to look at this. We got Russia. We got China. Oh, they so happy to see each other. What's going on right now? I already kind of warned y'all a little bit about this because Russia right now is building up to do something in Ukraine. China has been threatening Taiwan for a very long time. And then we also got South Korea. Is it South or North Korea? One of them. Acting a fool again. Right? And it's like, yo, you know, when one of these break out, the other one's going to break out. Why? Because now they are going to make America really have to decide where its interest lies. Because America's not going to be able to be in all these places at one time and be successful. So, China moves on Taiwan. Russia moves on Ukraine. And the Koreas, whichever one, North Korea, I guess, encroaches on South Korea. You know what I'm saying? America's going to have to make some major decisions about its alliances and what's really, really important to American interests. The analysis, the end of the world order as we know it. I just want to go to this real quick, and then we're going to get straight into what we need to talk about. But, you know, sometime this world, this is, you know, the end of the world. We ain't going to, you know, go had these people talking. He's talking. It's confusing time for Americans when it comes to world affairs, with the government explaining on the one hand, why it was time to pull out Afghanistan, but on the other, why it's also time to stand up for Ukraine. It's a time when Americans want their military less committed abroad. NATO is feeling the heat. Autocracies with an eye on expansion like Russia and China are getting bolder and acting like allies. The era of America, the superpower is being tested in new ways across the globe. Eastern Europe, exactly 30 years after the fall of the Soviet Union, Russia is maneuvering to encroach further into Ukraine, one of the former republics. A post-Soviet growth of NATO is Russian President Vladimir Putin's prey. The Biden administration has put 8,500 troops on heightened alert for deployment to Eastern Europe as a deterrent to Russia's and an assurance to NATO countries. Now, this falls what America's showing everybody else over there is that you basically, when it comes to Russia, are on your own. Western Europe, American influence needs buttressing to unify NATO countries against Russia. The U.S. is also playing the role of energy broker, seeking guarantees of fuel from the Middle East and Asia to blunt Russia's leverage as a top supplier of natural gas to Germany. For those that don't know, Russia is a major exporter of oil and natural gas. Russia is a lot bigger than people think. China is testing the autonomy of Taiwan, the self-ruled island it has long coveted and repeated Air Force missions close to Taiwan. The largest such incursion this year came the day after the U.S. along with Japan moved a flotilla of Navy ships into the Philippine Sea as part of a training exercise. Meanwhile, shut off from the world, North Korea has ramped up missile testing. Hold on, I want to go back. This is by analysis by Zachary B. Wolf, CNN. This came out January 25th, 2022. Middle East, bases housing. See, there's 4 different areas. Well, yeah, 4 different areas. Bases housing U.S. troops in Iraq and Syria have been attacked this year. This week, U.S. Patriot missiles defense joined with the United Arab Emirates to intercept missile fire by Yemen Houthis that targeted the Dhafra air base in the UAE, which houses U.S. troops, and there's Iran. After the U.S. under the then President Donald Trump blew up the international agreement meant to halt the country's nuclear escalation, Iran could be marching ever closer to nuclear weapons. The American role, y'all going through and y'all can read all that. See, because I just want to make y'all aware, because it's like this. When one jump, all those going to jump. So we ain't just talking about Russia and China, right? Talking about North Korea. We're talking about what's going on in the Middle East with Iraq and Syria and Iran. You know what I'm saying? So now America is going to have to really decide who America is throwing its chips in with, right? And as they say in the spook who sat by the door, there is no way that America could keep us on our ass and police the rest of the world at the same time. Black folks, what you waiting for? You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing that out there, just throwing that thought out there. I know some of you, because I know some of us kind of schemish and scared and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just need to ask, what are we waiting for to grab what we need? America's gonna need, really need us in a minute. I'm trying to let y'all know. They're going to need your young, because as usual, they're going to need the young to get out there and fight their battles and blah, blah, blah. So they're going to have to come to some compromise, and they're going to have to recognize the true allies here, right? They're going to have to recognize the true Americanness that ADOS, black folks here, really represents. Now, I know some people, that scratches on the board, but the need is there. And also the allyship with those African countries that come along with us and with the proper treatment of us, right? But anyway, all right, we're going to keep it moving. So family, we need to go on and do the damn thing. And the damn thing right now is very simple, a very simple idea. Are you ready?
It's the proverb time.
Oh family, how good it is to be standing in the congregation of the mighty. And the proverb of the day. Oh, that is not the proverb for the day. That's not the proverb of the day. That is definitely not the proverb. Hold on. That's not the, I didn't send that. I don't know what the hell that is. Oh my God, this is some bullshit. Okay, here's the proverb. You cannot tell a hungry child that you gave them food yesterday. You cannot tell a hungry child that you gave them food yesterday. I need to make sure I'm giving y'all the right one, because I go through and I pre-pick these, oh God, come on now, you ain't gonna let me see my own email. Edit. I want to edit. Yeah, that's it. So, proverb of the day. Let's do it again, because that was so messed up. Let's do it again. Where we at?
It's the proverb of the
Proverb of the day. You cannot tell a hungry child that you gave them food yesterday. You cannot tell a hungry child that you gave them food yesterday. That's the proverb of the day. And please tell me, what does it mean to you?
It's the proverb of the day. The proverb of the day. The proverb of the day.
You cannot tell a hungry child that you gave them food yesterday. All right, family, we're about to move on. And, of course, those that have been experienced with the GNJMedia way, y'all know where we going, right? Y'all know where we going? Folktale time. You're damn right. Get your folktale books. All right. We'll come back and write all this stuff down. But here we go, family. Here we go. Folktale of the day. Folktale of the day. It's a very simple. Oh, no, it's not simple and it's not quick. Here we go. The eagle, the cat, and the wild sow. An eagle made her nest at the top of a lofty oak. A cat, having found a convenient hole, moved into the middle of the trunk, and a wild sow with her young took shelter in a hollow at its foot. The cat cunningly resolved to destroy this chance-made colony. To carry out her design, she climbed to the nest of the eagle and said, "Destruction is preparing for you, and for me too, unfortunately. The wild sow whom you see daily digging up the earth wishes to uproot the oak, so she may on its fall seize our family as food for her young." Having thus frightened the eagle out of her senses, she crept down to the cave of the sow and said, "Your children are in great danger, for as soon as you go out with your litter to find food, the eagle was prepared to pounce upon one of your little pigs." Having instilled these fears into the sow, she went and pretended to hide herself in the hollow of the tree. When night came, she went forth with silent foot and obtained food for herself and her kittens. But feigning to be afraid, she kept a lookout all through the day. Meanwhile, the eagle, full of fear of the sow, sat still on the branches. And the sow, terrified by the eagle, did not dare to go out from her cave. And thus they both, along with their families, perished from hunger and afforded ample provisions for the cat and her kittens. Damn. Fucked up, but brilliant strategy. I hate to say it, but give that cat a round of applause. God damn. Oh my God. That was gory. For those that are in the GNJMedia journey, Ngusa Saba Challenge, hashtag Ngusa Saba Challenge notebook, self-mastery journal. The date is 1/26/22-6. The proverb of the day is very simple. You cannot or you can't tell a hungry child you gave them food yesterday. Go and do your work, self-mastery work on that one. Contemplate, think, write a little bit. Also, folktale of the day. For those who might have missed it, if you want to look it up for yourself. The eagle, the cat, and the wild sow. The eagle, the cat, and the wild sow. Wow, that was ruthless. That cat was ruthless. Man, it's kind of creepy. That cat is creepy. Yeah, that cat was creepy. Deadly too. But anyway, so now, family, what we are going to do, we are going to get our rant ready. So, Anime, if you could, baby, could you get everything prepared for me, please? All right, can I get the war horn, please? War horn is sounded. War horn is sounded. Can I get my theme music? I'm thinking all the time. All right, let's get it, family. Very simple, very simple. Today's theme is based on something that all those that have been listening to GNJMedia should know. The 4 pillars that support Ujima. Now I'm gonna read through this and then we could do a little bit of talking, but this is what went out to those who are signed up. So they're privy to this. So here we go. And before I do that, let me set my clock. Hold on, before I set my clock, I wanna first put on airplane mode. And then I wanna set my clock. Got my clock set, so here we go. Also, I got to show y'all something too. But now, the 4 pillars that support Ujima. Here we go. To properly introduce the tribe to the concept of Ujima. Now, family, is very important that all these principles, we recognize that all these principles are very, very, very important. Okay? We build using these principles. These principles help us stay in alignment with our tribe and stay in alignment with who we really are at our core. Yesterday we talked about the self. We talked about the self, and we talked about the individual idea that has overshadowed the community or the tribal idea of the self, and how we should kind of strive to move back towards the tribal idea of the self, right? Because this rugged American individual, this Western idea of the self is very unhealthy for us, and it's very unhealthy for even Western-minded people, and it causes a lot of destruction. Why? Because people are not responsible to each other, right? They don't have to, they define themselves for themselves, and and they take that shit to heart, not really understanding that the self that they should be using to define them, who they are, should be from a cultural standpoint. The lens of the self is programmed or is shown through the cultural lens. Okay? Now, and that being said, that that symbiotic relationship between the individual and the collective, and the individual and the culture, and the collective and the culture, you got this relationship that is based on the meiotic principle or reciprocity that is there, right? When we allow for others' ideas to get in there, it poisons it, and it poisons it at such a level that it makes us physically unhealthy. So now, Ujima is about us working together, but the key point behind the 4 pillars, because all of the principles sit upon the 4 pillars, because we need to make sure that we are physically healthy, because it is through the body that the other parts of our being manifest themselves in this reality. We have to understand that. So we have to strive to keep the body as healthy as possible. It's a cultural imperative, right? So, Brother Hatem, what about some of us that was born with certain conditions? Now, there are certain conditions that we are born with, but we still should be regardless of what age, what condition we are in, we should be at the optimal to be able to be of service to our culture and our tribe. Hence the 4 pillars. Ujima is about us collectively working together. Cooperative, it's collective work and responsibility. We're taking and doing collective work. We're taking and doing collective building. We're taking responsibility, and we're collectively working together. But if I am not adhering to the 4 pillars, if the 4 pillars are not important to me, then I will fail my collective. I will fail my tribe. I will fail my family when it is most important. Right? So to properly introduce our tribe to the concept of Ujima, it is impossible to do without acknowledging the 4 pillars of health: proper breathing, drinking enough water, eating a culturally appropriate diet, and movement. When carefully considered and implemented together as equally important components, your tribe will better understand and live in harmony with one another. When people are eating together, see, because these do not have to be separated activities that are done alone. You know that when you're taking the proper amount of water that you need on a daily basis, you know that you're not alone. And oftentimes, remember, in office, they used to have people gather around the coffee pots and gather around the water cooler to kind of to to have discussions, and taking of the water is something that we do together. Breathing is something that we could do together. As a matter of fact, to bring the rhythm in, group meditations can also work, as well as us making sure that we do this stuff in our solitude. These are some things that we could do together. Eating a culturally appropriate diet, right? Being able to eat and take food together helps us vibrate, and us in movement, and us doing work, and us doing things together. This is not something that has to be done isolated. See, the society needs you to be isolated, because when you are by yourself, you are prey. Let me say it again. When you are by yourself, you are prey. I need you to be available to be eaten up by my young. I need you to be available to be eaten up by my systems. So when you operate alone, you become prey. When carefully considered and implemented together as equally important components, your tribe will better understand and live in harmony with one another. Y'all be on the same vibration. You'll be able to operate in Ujima fully because you are healthy enough to serve your family, tribe, and wider community. Ujima, or the principle of collective work and responsibility, demands that each member of the tribe contributes to the greater good. This is a difficult notion for many modern day Americans because we are accustomed to receiving individual rewards for our labor. However, Ujima requires us to shift our focus from self-gain to the betterment of the entire community. Proper breathing, drinking enough water, eating a culturally appropriate diet, and movement are essentials to living in Ujima because they can help you give your best to those around you. What are the 4 pillars? Now, I already said them, but proper breathing. Respiration is the flow of air into and out of the body. If you are not breathing properly, your body will not be able to function optimally. When we breathe properly, we are taking in more oxygen than we would otherwise. This increases the amount of energy and vitality that we have on a daily basis. Proper breathing also reduces stress levels in our bodies. And not only with being able to take the air in, but one of the things that we focus on GNJMedia in many of our breathing exercises is the retention of breath sometimes. Because sometimes you can have too much air. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you can have too much air. Right? So we practice the retention of air, learning to control the air, learning to bring ourselves into harmony. You know what I'm saying? With our surroundings, with the people around us. I want you to notice that people that work good together, when they come together, part of the peace that happens is that everybody starts getting on the same vibration. You can, if you walk into a room where that vibration here, you can see that people are breathing in a rhythm together. If we was to take and monitor the heart rates, we would see that the heart rates will be settling in at the same levels, whether it's in an excited fashion or whatever. It brings the harmony. So proper breathing is one of those ways that we could go and not only get in tune with ourselves, with the 5 parts of our being, but we can get in tune with the beings of others that are around us. Drinking enough water. We need to drink half our weight in ounces every day to stay hydrated and healthy. And in doing that, once again, that water cooler moment, we do that together. We can do that together. We don't always have to be together and drink water, but it's good that when we are having our conversation and when we are having our meetings, that we are partaking of water, to remind ourselves that I'm not only doing this for me, but I'm doing it for the tribe. My health and my intake of this life-giving substance, water, not only benefits me, but it benefits all of us. So as I drink, I'm setting an example for the younger people, but also I'm taking in a substance for the collective self. Water flushes toxins from our bodies, helps us lose weight and feel full, supports the muscle in our bodies, and much more. Not only does it do that to the individual body, but it also clears some of the toxins out in the overall body. The collective body. There's a collective, there's 5 parts of the collective. Intuition, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Come on now, it's just like the nation and the tribe. Same things, different levels, right? But hold on. Eating a culturally appropriate diet. Listen, Our tribe in many is mainly of African descent, and most of us have been in America at least 5 generations. So what is culturally appropriate for us is a major question that we here at GNJMedia take very seriously and constantly research and experiment with. So what does it mean to have a culturally appropriate diet? We plug into the part of our culture that we know, that we understand, that is bringing the health. So we have the greens and some of the sauces that we make. We get rid of some of those other things that we know that are not super healthy, and we start increasing our connection to our African heritage as well as to where we are right now. Like, for example, dandelion greens. We add dandelion greens to the traditional greens that we would usually take in. You know what I'm saying? Palm oil, right? Raw honey. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these are things that connect us with the earth, because please understand this, family. I told y'all this a long time ago. The culture helped develop the diet to keep the people as healthy as possible so that they could serve the culture. And by the culture being served, the culture grows, the culture gets stronger. And by the culture being able to serve the people got strong. So there's a symbiotic relationship there. So the foods that were developed was developed to maintain the culture. So the culture would always try to make sure that we were able to eat as healthy as possible until your culture is taken over by an outside force that does not give a damn about your health. They just give a damn about you being able to do just enough for them. Now, I don't need you to be abundant, to have abundant energy, because that means that even after you get done working with me, you're able to scheme, plot your freedom. I don't want you to be able to run. I don't want you to be able to run 20 miles. I want you to be able to run 5 and have to sleep for 3 days. You understand what I'm saying? So that culturally appropriate diet helps keep you physical. I mean, and then on top of that, the importance of us partaking and eating together. Learning how to eat meals together, because many of us have got out of practice of this. Many of us do not know how to eat a meal with the family, and we need to start having regular meals. As a matter of fact, that's a good idea. Where my book at? That's a good idea. We're gonna have to start having holidays where we sit down and feast holidays. You know what I'm saying? Culturally appropriate holidays. You know what I'm saying? Feast, cultural stabilized holiday, and we need to start including feast with that, because we need to learn how to eat together. You know, showing respect for all of the levels of the culture, from the elders all the way down to the children. What the children do, what the warriors do, what should the nation builders be doing, what should the elders be doing at these dinners, what should we be bringing, right? What should each group provide? You know what I'm saying? That we got to go out and we got to hustle and we got to create. You know what I'm saying? What dishes are appropriate for us to bring? Ooh, God, that's why I love doing this, because the ideas just be flowing. Maintaining movement. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this, because some of y'all think that going to the gym, I ain't talk about that shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like this, you know, like I said, this is why we had the discussion, are you gym strong or are you life strong? Brother Kwame brought it on. He said, are you cock strong or are you life strong? You know what I'm saying? You're real good where the cock is needed, but then outside of that, you ain't shit. You know, you real strong in the gym, but when it comes to real life, you ain't shit. Right? We need life strong people, so we need to start using our bodies in ways that strengthen it in ways that it's going to be used. Right? Like the walking, learning physical movement. Some of us need to get out and crawl a little bit, because I'm telling y'all right now, there's going to come a time where you're going to have to crawl, and if you're not able to crawl, you ain't going to be able to get it. You need to be able to balance yourself. You need to be able to lift unbalanced things like boulders and move stuff, so that you might have to dig somebody out, or you might need to be able to dig a hole. You know what I'm saying? You might need to be able to place some stones and stuff somewhere so that you could go and provide a barrier. You might need to be able to lift yourself and climb out of a situation, right? You might need to be able to run in the dark. You know what I'm saying? Which deals with your equilibrium and being able to run and be able to feel things with your feet. You know what I'm saying? You might need to swim. You might need to be able to hold your breath. Having this fake physique that everybody think is the strongest is not the thing to be. I ain't saying it's not healthy. Don't get me wrong, because some of y'all gonna get upset about that. You know, having the ripped abs and shit, right? Because you know how many times y'all have seen people with ripped abs get their ass ripped in a competition with individuals that look like they out of shape. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? And we really need to start thinking about that. We really need to start building on that. Now, so all of these elements come together because when we start talking about work means doing something, being in motion. Even if I'm thinking, like when I'm thinking all the time, that's work. Am I in shape enough to do the work and do the work that is good for the family? Do the work that is good for the tribe? Am I able to do that? Right? Am I able to go without eating long enough so that I could get something accomplished? Can I, you know what I'm saying? Can I be hungry so that the children can eat? You know what I'm saying? Can I be hungry so that other people can eat and still be able to function? I think that's part of being in shape. Anyway. So here are some questions that I want you to wrestle with as far as this Ujima and these 4 pillars. What is the pillar of health that you feel is more important to your tribe's health? Because, you know, we might be doing better on some than others, but we need to bring balance and be able to handle all of them. What is your relationship with the 4 pillars of health? Your personal relationship with the 4 pillars of health. What is your biggest challenge in being healthy and or fit? What are some of your self-care practices? And last, what are some of your tribe care practices? How do you take care of your tribe? I mean, because we got people talking about, I need time for myself, right? When really, most of you've been living your whole life by your goddamn self. Some of y'all need to have some tribe care practices. What are some of the ways that you show your tribe that you are caring for them as well? See, I think we might need to start enacting more tribe care practices. How you doing today? You all right? Oh, yeah, I'm good, man. It's good to hear your voice. Just wanted to check on you. All right, cool. What's up, sis? What's going on? Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Because in our tribes, we got individuals that's like that. They are able to do tribe care, and all of us in some form or fashion have to practice tribe care because we have to invest into the tribe so that the tribe can invest into us. We got to get that reciprocity relationship. Some of us are just used to be on the receiving end. What other ways can you give? You ain't got to be the one to call, but you know, if somebody needs something, you might be the one that people know that they could call and know that you're gonna be there, but you have to be able to fit in. Now, all right. So here are 7 ways to improve your relationship with the 4 pillars. 1, accept your family and culture you have grown up in. You know what I'm saying? And keep the parts that you need. Throw the other parts away. With time, make time to constantly practice proper breathing techniques. 3, drink steady amounts of water throughout the day. Of course, y'all know half your weight in ounces. Evaluate your food intake according to a diet that serves your tribe. Commit to daily movements that are natural and exploit your humanness. Come on now. Eat deeply, mindfully, nourishing yourself to serve others better, and engage in tribe building activities. And so, family, that brings us to the end. Anime, if you would, baby, please. That's right. Get on my theme music. And as we say in GNJMedia, class is over. Get the hell up out of my classroom. All right, family, I'm going to give y'all some time to think about those. Write them down in your book. I will do the same. And we will be right back.
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute.
Hour by hour.
Hour by hour.
You lose your history.
You lose your history.
You lose your power.
You lose your power.
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute.
Hour by hour.
Hour by hour.
You lose your faith.
You lose your faith.
You lose your power.
You lose your power.
If it is to be,
If it is to be,
it's up to me.
it's up to me.
I feel good about myself.
I feel good
I feel goodness all around me.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
Cause I walk with good.
Cause I walk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I am good.
And I am good.
And that feels real good.
And that feels real good.
Good, better, best.
Good, better, best.
Never let it rest.
Never let it rest.
Until your good is your better.
Till your good is your better.
And your better is your best.
And your better is your best.
Black people.
Black people.
You were once great.
You were once great.
You shall be great again.
You shall be great again.
Lose not faith.
Lose not faith.
Lose not courage.
Lose not courage.
Go forward.
Go forward.
Uplift the race.
Uplift the race.
Harambe.
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 I'd like to call on the ancestors and the Creator to watch over us as we do this African pledge. I pledge allegiance to my people.
I pledge allegiance to my people.
The African race.
The African race.
The original man and woman of the planet Earth.
The original man and woman of the planet Earth.
And the founders of civilization.
And the founders of civilization.
I pledge to continue to struggle.
I pledge to continue to struggle.
Which will help to bring my beloved brothers and sisters.
Which will help to bring my beloved brothers and sisters
to total freedom.
to total freedom.
I pledge to study and discipline myself.
I pledge to study and discipline myself.
Spiritually, mentally, and physically.
Spiritually, mentally, and physically.
So I may grow into a soldier for justice.
So I may grow into a soldier for justice.
Because my people need strong and intelligent warriors.
Because my people need strong and intelligent warriors.
I pledge to live my life standing tall.
I pledge to live my life standing tall.
For a person on his knees is not respected.
For a person on his knees is not respected.
If I am challenged,
If I am challenged,
I must say I will not surrender
I must say I will not surrender
my position or my dignity.
my position or my dignity.
But instead I will endure
But instead I will endure
until the final victory is won.
until the final victory is won.
Hold tap.
Hold tight.
We are back. We are back. We are back.
Minute by minute.
Almost had perfect timing. All right, cool. But I want to share something with y'all, and then I'm going to get up off here. We're going to do our toast. We're going to get out of here. Of course, y'all know we got the Nguzo Saba Challenge piece. Right now, those of you are going with us right now, you're going through, in a sense, an initiation, a ritual, and hopefully you are keeping track of your own progress. Those of you that want to get involved, you go and get your Nguzo Saba Challenge Self-Mastery journal. You know what I'm saying? You do that simply by I'll put the links up in various places. If you go to my Facebook page, if you go to Gianni Journey's Facebook page, if you get the email, once again, let me stress that if you get the email, in the email, there's a direct link that takes you so that you can get your copy of it. It's affordable. It's a simple journal. Not only will it help you, but at the same time, it's reciprocity, because as you give to us, we're giving something to you that you can use and put it together to help you move in the direction that you need to move in your life. Also, I wanted to also share, because right now I want y'all to see this, because this is soft. This is soft. You see? Hold on. See that? This one is for those that's serious about their progress. It ain't no shaking on that. That's hardback. This is the hardback color. This one is expensive. It's the hardback color book. See them nice little pretty colors in there? You know what I'm saying? That you could get, you know what I'm saying, as a keepsake, or for those that are doing something major that you want to track. You know what I'm saying? You got those 21 weeks in mind or something like that. You got a certain amount of period that you want to keep track of in your life, right? Boom, got the hardback so that you go and pass this down generation to generation. This is what your grandparents was doing in 2024. You know what I'm saying? This is what I was working on in 2024. Start date. 2224-6. This is what I was doing, right? So there you go right there. Just wanted to share that. Now, what we are going to do, man, we're going to pull up our glass. Yes, we are. We're going to lift up. We're going to lift up that little bit of drink right there. You know, this is that ambrosia. That ambrosia with ginseng made by Brother Cleve. The unhappy brewer. I guess that's what I'm going to call the unhappy fermenter. The unhappy brewer. You know what I'm saying? He does not look forward to it. I understand because it's hard work. But anyway, so family, we are about to lift up our glass in this moment. For those of you who are interested in adding your ancestors to the list, you can email us by once you get on our email list, you can email us. Now, when you sign up for the email list, there's going to be a confirmation email that comes out, and you're going to have to click the link so that you buy in to getting these emails. I'm sending out emails every day. Sometimes I'm sending out 2 and 3 of them a day, right? Giving offers, you know what I'm saying? We doing business here. And on top of that, I'm trying to give you the tools to grow. But you get the extensive write-up from GNJMedia and get the thing that I just gave you. I just gave you some questions to work with if you are on the Nguza Saba hashtag Nguza Saba challenge right now. This is the issue because like the end, I give you the dots, things that you can do. But the key piece about the self-mastery process that we're taking you through, right, is the questions. It ain't about what I could tell you. It's the questions that I can ask you, the questions that we generate that you need to really ponder on, because that's where real self-mastery takes place. What do you mean, Brother High Tim? Actually, the answers for self-mastery are not in the answers. The answers for self-mastery are in the questions. Some of y'all ain't gonna get that, and that's cool. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm gonna say it one more time. The answers that you're looking for in the self-mastery process, in the GNJMedia initiation process, in the tribe building process, the answers you are seeking are not in the answers, but in the questions that you are asked. Damn. Bars. Hold on. Let me write that down. That was cold, High Tim. The answers that you seek are not in the answers given, but in the questions asked. Man, somebody need to hear that. Somebody need to hear that. Y'all need to go on this. Bars! That's all I can say. But anyway, so family, we're going to lift up our glass. But those that, once you get on the email list, you can correspond with us. And then we will be able to put your ancestors' names on the list. Just be mindful other people want to do the same, right? Also, you can hit us through our other platforms, but the most direct way to get it on, because a lot of changes are going to be happening. Unfortunately, this whole streaming thing that's going on with GNJMedia Journey, the way it's going right now, may not be the future move for us. Because the numbers aren't there. Where the numbers and where life is treating us better is on the podcast, and that is what we're going to start moving towards until people start showing us that, hey, you know what I'm saying, we value the stream, right? On Spreaker, on our podcast, we are being showed we are valued, right? On our streams, on Facebook, on YouTube, you know, after all the years of us putting work in, you know what I'm saying, we have not received the love. I take that back. We receive love, but I think it's better for those that have been loving us to come on over and just listen to the podcast. And like I said, we can upload the actual physical stream because we're going to continue recording. But I think I might save that for a collective, for a special audience. For example, those that's on GNJMedia, right? And then we might be able to upload them sometime later where people can get them. But we want to make sure that our voices are still out there. And I think the most important thing about what we do is the voice. All right. But that's a discussion I got to have with Gianni, and when the family come back together, we will be having that discussion. So some of y'all the few of us that are up every day with us on these visual platforms, you may be receiving some bad news very soon. I'm just letting you know. Right? And like I said, and if I have to do as Elder Gaylord taught, if I have to do the OG call, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's left to me, I'm gonna make the OG call, right? Or because I can't let it stay undecided too long, right? Because I'm like this costing a pretty penny to be able to stream on all the platforms that we streaming on a regular basis. And there's other investments that we can make to make sure that everything is smooth and beautiful, and I could, the money I'm paying for this to be done in the way it's done, I can give a young person to be able to work with the video, cut out some good pieces and upload it to Facebook, or just upload the whole thing to Facebook and to YouTube, and it'll be just as easy. The key piece that we got is the automatic and the time release, but we could do that ourselves. It's just make it a lot easier for us to be able to do it from one platform. We might even need to build our own that does. But hey, that's a challenge for another day. But we're gonna lift up our glass right now. We're gonna lift up our glass here at GNJMedia. We're gonna salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We lift up our glass high and we salute that creator and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we lift up our glass. And we salute those personal ancestors, which we do every morning at 5:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Feel free to come and join us. You know what I'm saying? Come on and join us. Stop being shy. We lift up our glass and we salute those ancestors once again. And we say, Ashe. From there, we move to the present moment, which we are in right now, family, which we are toasting right now. And we do this show, these toasts like this, so that we can salute and uplift the moment, the power of the moment, and constantly remind you that your power is in the moment. What decisions are you making? Do you not know that your decisions ripple through time and affect the future generations? So the question that each of us have to wrestle with is, what type of decisions and what type of things are we doing, and what direction are we moving, and are we growing, or are we killing the very thing that our children and our future generations may need to move further into the future? And then also ask ourselves this question, because in Gian, we talk about generational people. We come back through the same bloodline. Are you living the bloodline better and stronger, or are you making it weaker so that you got to come? Because either way, you coming back. See, that's a whole nother mind state. We got other people out here that's trying to escape. They're trying to escape the cycle, right? Where you gonna go? Just say it. I mean, this is what we know right now. There's other stuff better out there. How you know? You know what I'm saying? So why not live your life like you got to come back here so that you could do as much and spread as much love and as much and be as kind and as protective, you know what I'm saying, and just as you possibly can. I want to use that word just, because sometimes just means you might have to, warrior talk. Throwing that out there to my warriors. Y'all know what I'm saying. But anyway, we lift up our glass to this moment. Right now, we are in Ujima. Family, I actually open up your reticular formation. Check out Ujima. Talk about Ujima. Share Ujima. Use it in your presentations. Use it at your place of work. Use it at your place of education. You know what I'm saying? Build on a culture. And if people feel uncomfortable because you are using these terms, to hell with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let the ancestor help you with that. This is one of the terms you can use. Tell them something.
Jones, bitch, please.
Right. If you feel uncomfortable, we got to let them know. Now, so here we go. Collective work and Ujima means collective work and responsibility. The modic principle of the day is righteousness. The M7 that we teach the young people, the principle of the day is respect. The color is blue, as you can tell by my shirt. And you go and help GNJMedia Journey as well as help yourself by getting you a daily toaster shirt. You go to merch.gnj.media. That's merch.gnj.media and go on and get yourself a shirt, right? You can pick it up because the 2 Black line is hot. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something about 2 Black line. 2 Black line is so hot that y'all ain't even seeing it. They're not even showing it to you. I have segmented the audience that I want to see it, and they're refusing to send it to you. I'm putting money behind it. I'm pushing it, but it's not coming to you. Know where it's going? It's going to racist. So I know I'm onto some good shit. I got motherfuckers texting me, "You're racist." What the fuck? You ain't between, I mean, it's like you ain't between 25 and 65 and African American and interested in African American studies and interested in Malcolm X and Black Panther Party and Black Lives Movement. What the fuck is you doing on my time? This is what I'm trying to tell y'all, right? I set the algorithm up. Right? I even for the 2 Black line, I even went down to 18 to 65. That covers the whole gambit, right? And I'm sending it out. And still, I'm getting responses from the Klan. Like, what the fuck? But that lets you know something, right, family? They're studying you. You're not studying you. I'm sorry. So you go on merch.GNJ.media. You go on, you look up the Daily Toaster line. The Daily Toaster line, you get your shirt, or you get that 2 Black line. You know what I'm saying? You get that Giami line, or you get that Kwanzaa 365 line. We got it popping off. Vibration is the Hermetic law, or the Hermetic principle of the day. Male name is Kwaku, female name is Akua. We lift up our glass, we salute, and we say, Ashe. From the present, we move to our future generations. We lift up and we toast our children. We toast them now so that they will toast us when our time comes to be toast. We lift it up and we say, Ashe. From their family, we lift up our glass to all those who might need that balanced healing energy. I only got a few people on my list, those of you that want to add people to the list, and we keep them on there for a cycle of about 21 days or so. And the people we want to send some energy out over this period of time is the same ones we've been lifting up, because I haven't received any other names. We got Brother Kwesi Lowe. We got Elder Tony West. We got Elder Debbie Bowie. And we got Elder Illumila. We're lifting up our glass. We're toasting. We're sending them that balanced healing energy. And we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. Last but not least, we started with the Creator. We end with the Creator. And we lift up our glass and we salute. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as we saying Jami Cat in, because this is our thing. And y'all remember, this our thing. Stop being scared of it. Stop being ashamed of it. This our thing. Right? Last but not least, I'm going to say, 2 Black. Come on now. I supposed to hear y'all. 2 Black. Supposed to hear y'all. I don't hear nothing. Okay. Maybe one day. All right. But family, I'm going to sip on this and decide on my next move. Got my coffee. Got my ambrosia. Who DJing today? I need to make up y'all mind. An explosion. I don't know if I want you. Okay, you speaking the loudest. Let's see what you got for me today. What you got for me? What you got? What you doing a dramatic pause? Huh? You got a dramatic pause on it, brother? What you doing? Come on now, let me see what you got. Oh, not bad. You forgot to go on. So you knew at this. You got to go on and balance the sound out for the people at Spreaker. Shouts out, Spreaker. Word.
I won, so I get the gist of it. Struggling, I got sick of it. So now I'm climbing heights for the fact my family a benefit. Rage of all this righteousness, soaking up this enlightenment. I'm happy but defining the feeling of this exciting shit. Pedals get set on fire, creating my kind of mental lapse. Lacking knowledge causes my learning to bridge the mental gaps. Even if no weapon is near me, I know my mind is strapped. Twins of evolution, I'm a horoscope and the sign is back. Pity parties for failure, don't ever give to me. And trust me, I forgive